welcome to the Demo Dive, where I live stream myself digging through Steam's demo tags to sort the trash from the treasure. I'm CB, my human-coded day job is back to being an absolute nonsense, and apparently getting to bed on time is no guarantee of waking well-rested. Not sure whether to blame fibro, sleep debt, or stress for that one, but I guess it doesn't matter. I've got a spoon or two to spare for stream. Huzzah! Today we're looking at the demo for Our Ordinary Home, a psychological horror thriller point-and-click adventure game by Manta-Ray161. They've only done the one game so far, a roguelike RPG dungeon crawler called Queen Slayer, which is apparently very similar to the Darkest Dungeon games. So they haven't done enough games to really say that they're changing things up, but I guess I can say different direction, which I guess makes sense. I mean, they'd probably go that way, partially because the reviews on Queenslayer were a little mixed. Some were literally calling it a bargain basement Darkest Dungeons, and there were apparently bug issues with that one. But the fact that they're confident enough to put out a demo means that this is hopefully something they looked into and resolved. Either way, psychological horror thriller is a mood I can go with, so let's see how these guys are doing with the point-and-click thing. Sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. I actually had to change the languages on this one pretty much straight away because everything was in Korean. I'm pretty sure it was Korean anyway, as far as I can tell from... It's interesting. I can kind of tell the difference between the characters, but not always, I don't think, anyway. Either way... Oh, this is going to be a flickery thing. What other options are there that might stop that? None! Oh, goody! So we're looking at not particularly accessibility friendly here. Oh dear. This might get painful. Well, fingers crossed that it maybe doesn't do that continuously throughout the whole game. Otherwise, I'm starting tomorrow with nonsense work and a migraine. Fun! Anyway, let's get things started and hope it doesn't keep doing that. This work is a fictional story well, that was quicker than I would have expected. I didn't even have the time to read that just with my eyeballs. Never mind reading it for you guys. Emergency call recording file, plus press space or click. File name, okay. Duration 3 minutes 42 seconds. Caller, Choi Hojin, male, 50. Location, 403, building 101, Mayam Apartments, Jungang City, Gyeonggi-do. Hello, this is emergency services. There's someone here. Yes, please speak slowly. If somebody's having a bit of a panic attack because there's an intruder in their home, speaking slowly probably is not going to happen, dude. Someone is dead. Okay. Was this an accident? Can you tell me your location? Jungang City, blah blah blah. Yes, we got the... Understood. An ambulance is being dispatched immediately. May I have your name? Choi Hojin. Mr. Choi Hojin, how many people are injured? 1, no, 2, no, please stay calm. How many exactly? 1 person is dead, and the dog as well. And in the living room, there's blood. Something is boiling in the kitchen. What exactly is boiling? I don't know. A large pot. The lid keeps rattling. I'm sure this means something. Right now I'm kind of creeped out. Did you turn off the gas valve? Should I? But in the kitchen... Yes, what's happening in the kitchen? There's a strange smell. It won't go away. Anything else unusual? I don't know. I don't even know what happened here. What about the others? There's a man in the living room. Looks like he's in his 20s, covered in blood. Is he injured? Not exactly injured. He's just sitting there on the sofa. What? There's this dude covered in blood sitting on your sofa. There's a corpse, and there's something boiling on the stove, and... What? What is the condition of the person in the bathroom? When did we say something about the bathroom? How did you know? Oh, okay. Is someone in the bathroom? Wait, what? Yes, but how did you... Can you check their condition? I don't want to go in. We need confirmation before the paramedics arrive. But how did you know about the someone in the bathroom? Long silence. I checked. What is their condition? They're dead. Definitely. Understood. Police are on their way. Please remain where you are. But... Yes, go ahead. This doesn't feel like an accident. What do you mean? It feels like murder. There's a man sitting on a sofa covered in blood, at least 2 corpses in the house, and something boiling on the stove, and somebody still thinks this could be an accident? What the unnatural fuck? Yeah, my reaction's a little more vocal, but also, you creep me out because we never said anything about the bathroom and you came up with it. End of recording. Disconnected. Okay, where are we? When are we now? And why is her eyes red? Are her eyes red? What the fuck? Juho, you seem a bit more at ease than last time. I was worried that I might have rushed things and put too much pressure on you. It's okay. There isn't an answer anyway. No matter what I say, teacher, you'll hear it differently. I'm here to hear Juho's answer. Wait, what? Your story is true only for you. Let's go back to last time, to that night. It was after Mother left the house, right? Yes. Juho called his father and said, I killed the evil spirit. I heard your voice was very calm. Why did you say that first, and why those words? I had to say it was over. So Juhu and Juho, I have concerns. I killed the evil spirit, so that hell was finally over. When you say over, what were you being freed from? That fanatical atmosphere? The sound. It stopped. I don't hear it anymore. What sound was the greatest fear to Juho? It was dawn. I got up to go to the bathroom, and I heard a strange noise coming from the kitchen. The sound of something being torn apart and eaten. When I went there, Sua was crouching in front of the refrigerator. In her hand was raw meat, and she was just tearing into it and eating it. At that moment, how did you feel? I was certain that my mother was right. A human couldn't be like that. From that moment on, Sua was no longer my sister. She was a host for an evil spirit. And you, Mr. Juho, toward that evil spirit? I killed the evil spirit and freed Sua from it. At the same time, I was freed from that madness as well. My actions were a justified purification. If this is connected to the call, I'm assuming this is the guy who was sitting on the sofa. Okay. I mean, we're starting to get some connections, maybe, but, I got nothing. Ah! Memories of truth and memories of lies. You must rearrange the memories in the correct order. Confirm. Collect the orange keyword. Keywords are crucial clues for piecing everything together. Okay. Oh, so wait, can you, but, okay, phone, finger, okay, Juho again. Now, I'm assuming up there somewhere? This is, I'm not even sure how this is supposed to work. Okay, so it had been 10 minutes since about 10 minutes since Wagyeong left the house. The sound of the front door closing still lingered in his ear. Juho stayed where he was, beside his sister's body, as if standing close. His finger trembled, but the number was accurate. That looks like it might be accurate. Except no, that one should probably be... No, because I want... How do you... Okay. Oh. Oh, I guess I finished it and now we've got next page. Ah. Okay. What the ever-loving hell is this? Okay, so... The detective shouted as he opened the bathroom door, tore through the hallway. The tiled floor was soaking red. And lying behind... Okay. It was confirmed with acquaintance. Yeah, I mean, this is, okay, lying beside the toilet was a head. Senior detective, yes, because that links up where it's supposed to be. Early this morning, and drinking some suspected manner. So that should probably go up there. Yep. I think I get the eventual point. Okay, so that's got to go further up somewhat. Nope, not that. Right. I think I understand. Oh, I see. So that one has to go there. That one has to go there somewhere. There we go. So that's also news. Okay, so that goes over there. Right, so up. And that's over that way somewhere. And that should probably go up towards the top. Yeah, okay. Early this morning in an apartment in Jungang City, a man suspected of killing a family member was arrested at the scene by police. Officers who responded... Okay, so is that... Does that go over there someplace? City, it was confirmed acquaintance when visiting the home at the time. There we go. So is that... No, apparently not. Alright. No, okay. No, I'm looking for up. No, because that's supposed to lock up there. Apparently, but no, you don't want to... Ah. So that whole bunch there. Okay, so I think I've got everything. What I have is... Sudden phone call. It had been about 10 minutes since Hwa-kyung left the house. The sound of the front door closing still lingered in his ears. Juho stayed where he was, beside his sister's body, as if standing guard. Juho took out his phone. His finger trembled, but the number was accurate. "Father," Juho's voice was calmer than expected. "I killed the demon." Silence filled the receiver, and Juho slowly closed his eyes. The police, dispatched after receiving the report, stood in front of the house with the front door wide open, and I collected that. A man said to be an acquaintance of the father was vomiting just outside the doorway. That does not surprise me. In the living room, Juho was sitting on the sofa. Without wiping away the bloodstains on his hands, he stared out the window. The detective's shout as he opened the bathroom door tore through the hallway. The tiled floor was soaked red, and lying beside the toilet was a head. The senior detective stepped out of the bathroom and shook his head. The torso is in the bathtub. Oh dear. Also, hi, we're in the middle of Grimm. Juho did not blink, even as the handcuffs were fastened. The officer found that calmness even more unsettling, rather. Early this morning, in an apartment in Jungang City, Gyeonggi-do, a man suspected of killing a family member was arrested at the scene by police. Officers who responded to the emergency call stated that the suspect was found at the scene and offered no resistance. It was confirmed that an acquaintance had visited the home at the time, had discovered the scene, and reported it to the police. The responding officers arrested the suspect inside the house, and the exact motive has not yet been determined. In particular, CCTV analysis confirmed that the mother fled the house immediately after the incident. Her whereabouts remain unknown, and police have issued an emergency manhunt. The investigation headquarters stated that they are reconstructing the full sequence of events based on forensic results and surrounding inquiries, and that further details of the mother's escape and the suspect's actions will be provided as soon as the investigation progresses. Okay, so wasn't there a next page somewhere or other? Up. Okay, yeah, I've got that. Now what? Next page. Psychiatric interview and raw meat. Now let's get all the code words first. Shared psychosis. So 3 a.m. raw meat. Okay, so that one probably goes in there. That one goes that way. Oh, evil spirit. Madness. Oh. That one there. The raw meat. Meat. Oh boy, okay, so right, when I went to the kitchen, Sue was crouched in this front of the refrigerator. She was holding meat. And that one goes sort of that way, over there. No, going up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so going down. No, that's all connected, except... Why does it say 2? Maybe... Up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. No, that links up apparently. I think I got it. Yeah, the psychiatrist flipped through the file and said, shared psychosis, or what we call collective hysteria. There are no abnormalities in the physical organs, but the symptoms are real. He paused for a moment. You might experience hyperventilation, headaches, dizziness, hallucinations, even auditory hallucinations. It occurs particularly frequently among women and children, even more so in closed environments with strong emotional bonds, the doctor said, looking at the camera. So you're saying that one person's delusion can spread to others? The doctor nodded. When it occurs within the family unit, especially between a mother and her child, it becomes indistinguishable. Where does reality end and where does the shared illusion begin? And then the meat part. It was about 3 a.m. Juho's voice trembled. I got up to go to the bathroom, but I heard a noise coming from the kitchen. The detective asked, what was that sound? Juho closed his eyes. The sound of tearing, the sound of something being torn. I'm sorry, but ripping into meat doesn't. It's honestly less of a tearing sound and more of a squelch. But, I mean, okay. When I went to the kitchen, Juhu couldn't finish his sentence. Suwa was crouched in front of the refrigerator. In her hands, she was holding meat. The detective stopped taking notes. Meat? Juhu nodded. Suwa was crouched in front of the raw meat. The meat that was in the refrigerator. I was just eating it? I'm pretty sure that's a typo. I was just standing there, frozen in place. Juhu's hand trembled. You could tell by the look in their eyes. They were filled with madness. Mom was right. An evil spirit has possessed them. No human could act like that. Next page. Investigation. Incident background and shared delusions. The family was suffering from severe delusions within an isolated environment, cut off from the outside world and bound by strong emotional ties. According to the testimony of a psychiatrist, this is presumed to be shared psychosis, in which one person's delusion spreads to other family members, or a case of mass hysteria. In particular, Yoon Hwa-gyung shared with Juho the conviction that Suo was possessed by an evil spirit. Motive and trigger. At about 3 a.m. on the day of the incident, Juho, on his way to the bathroom, heard a strange noise from... Can we actually go down? Because I need kitchen. There, Juho witnessed a horrific sight, his younger sister Sua tearing into and eating raw meat. Juho became convinced that his sister was already being controlled by... No. Well... That is something... What do you mean miscellaneous? Oop. I just put demon and see how we go. Immediately after killing his sister, Juho, without even wiping the blood from his hands, called Father and confessed, I killed the evil spirit. Meanwhile, immediately after the incident, Yoon Hwa-gyung fled the house and went on the run. On-site arrest and situation. After receiving the report, the police were dispatched. The detective found a mutilated torso in bathtub and screen. On the floor lay head. Juho was sitting on sofa. Hello? Oh, for fuck's sake. The main problem with this one seems to be that you can't scroll much of anything. It says on. And did I miss a keyword? Yeah, this one is just... The problem is being able to move any place. Do we have the WASD? I'm just going to put living room next page. It's the best I can do, but no, I have a feeling that there's some stuff that the devs have not worked out yet, and that the mechanics of that were dodgy as hell. The story's interesting, though. Before the incident, how was your physical condition in the days leading up to it? I don't even know how many days it was. Probably quite a long time. Time had just melted together. I barely slept. Mother wouldn't let me sleep, saying it was the purification period. What the fuck? When you don't sleep, all your senses become either extremely sensitive or dull instead. Excuse me. What about food? Were you eating properly? No. My mother said I must not eat foods that evil spirits like. She said purification requires emptying the body. I don't even remember how many days I starved. I just didn't eat. So, before the incident, Mr. Juho, for several days you were unable to sleep properly and unable to eat, meaning both your mind and body were not in a normal state. Yes, my head felt foggy. There was a constant ringing in my ears, and my vision was blurred. I just wanted to give up on everything. I thought, at this rate, I'll die anyway. Dear gods. And in that state, what happened? It started to get light outside. I was almost out of my mind when I heard my mother scream. It was a sound like something being torn apart. What did your mother shout? Juho, look! It's finally appeared! She screamed with everything she had, like a desperate cry. At that sound, my mind snapped awake, like breaking through the surface of water. For the first time in days, everything around me looked clear. At that moment, what did you see, Mr. Juho? The evil spirit my mother had been talking about all along. The very thing she had warned me about so desperately had appeared. It was Bori, our pet dog. Oh no. Bori's eyes had turned red and he was barking viciously. That wasn't the Bori I knew. It was an evil spirit. Dude, you were fucking hallucinating! Okay, now my problem is that this thing doesn't, and it lets me zoom in and out, but only so far, so, okay, here we go. So 630's over there, yep. No. Point. Okay. Why can I not freaking move properly? Okay, so... That, oh, nope, over there. Okay, father left, it was about 6:20, and then mom said that it had to be done now. No, okay. Okay, there were 3 of us. Mom, me, Sua. Mom with a knife. Okay, this would be a whole lot better. Oop. Nope. Okay. Move that back in there. Why did you kill the dog? I believe there was an answer over there somewhere. Mom said so. Ah, no. Guess not. I'll put that back over there. I was the only way to be safe. Sue believed it. No? Okay. This is so fucking frustrating. Nope. Okay. No. Still no. Okay. Why did you kill the dog? An evil spirit, or it was possessed by a demon. Okay. Nope, apparently not. Okay. Nope. Nope, not that one. Christ, this is really not helping me much at all. Okay, so let's try eat. Nope, nope, over there. No, that's not it either. And then what happened? He boiled the fucking dog. He boiled the fucking dog. Nope. Oh, for pity's sake. Okay, so that's... Nope. Right. I'm pretty sure that one goes there somewhere. That one's probably a bit more in there someplace. That's probably not all of it, but anyway, 6:30. Sua suddenly... Okay. Nope. I'm probably done with that one, but no idea what in the ever-living hell. The transferred demon. Okay. So suddenly did what? Mm-hmm. Nope. Okay, right, fine. So that would be probably there, or possibly. Hmm. Oh, that's 5 and 6. Okay. So nope. Okay. Fine. Nope. Okay. Okay, so there needs to be one in the middle. But those two connect, so nope, apparently not. Nope, definitely not. No, that's... Now that's what? Yeah, nope. Apparently not. Ah, here we go. No, apparently not, because we're not in... good lord. Up. This is persnickety in so many different ways. Nope. This is frustrating as hell. Okay. No, nope, nope, nope. Ugh. So we have currently incredibly frustrating as that goes. Sua suddenly did what? Sua suddenly did what? No, no, wait, where are you going? Nope, get. Oh, I see. Right, so Sua suddenly did what? Sua suddenly did what? Okay. Evil spirit transferred to Sua. Mom said so. No, then the evil spirit lunged at Mom too. No. Okay. Nope. Okay. So what did you do? Push it toward the bathroom. Close the bathroom door. Nope. 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 Okay, so we've got just about everything connected up there. Now it's just a matter of finding... Nope. Okay. Nope. So what did you do? Nope, still not. Okay, so... No, but those two apparently go together. Okay. So 2, 6, 6, 7, put that. But they're both number 6, so what in the ever-loving fuck? Something is very wrong with all of this. Oh, good grief. Okay. Let's see if that moving it up there helps. No, 2, 4, 5, 6, 6, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but those fit together. So suddenly, da 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 da. What about the time? No. No. Okay. Oh, good grief. Couldn't watch anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Shit, sword the bathroom. It's not a demon, not that child. So what happens to there? No, those don't connect to that. Okay. And those don't go in there. Oh, this is just frustrating. Nope. Okay. Good grief. Yes, something is wrong here. Something is desperately wrong here. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that, we move that, and we move that, but that's still stuck at number 6. So I don't get what's going on. I'm still missing 3 from here. Sua suddenly what? That all connects. Okay, so okay, so what's missing from here? Mom said so. This is the only way to be safe. Okay, think we got it. Right, so Father left. It was around 6:20. Juho's voice was mechanical, and then Mom said it, that it had to be done now. There were 3 of us. Mom, me, Sua. Juho's hand trembled. Mom, with a knife? The detective asked, "Why did you kill the dog?" Juho paused for a moment. An evil spirit. Bori was possessed by a demon. And then what happened? The detective's voice lowered. Juho looked up. I had to boil it, the head and the body, separately. That's the only way to keep the evil spirit from escaping and to purify it. Mom said so. Juho's eyes were devoid of any emotion. This is the only way we can be safe. Sua believed it, too. So do I. 6:30. Juho's voice trembled. Sua suddenly... The detective leaned forward. What did you do all of a sudden? I strangled my own... Juho touched his neck. I strangled my own neck. Why do you think that happened? Juho said, lowering his head. It was an evil spirit. Sua's. Juho's gaze wavered. It was strange. Her eyes were strange, and her expression was strange. She didn't look like Sua. The detective paused for a moment. So what did you do? Juho didn't answer. He just stared at the floor. Mom screamed. Juho's voice cracked. It transferred. The evil spirit transferred to Sua. The detective asked, what was your mother like at that time? Juho closed his eyes. I was terrified. Why is he not answering the questions? Particularly because he's not. Either this is something that they need to fix in the translations, or something very weird is going on. Mom kept screaming, it's a demon, not that child. She lunged at the demon. Juho covered his face with trembling hands. Then the evil spirit lunged at Mom, too. Juho's hand clenched the desk. I started to strangle my mom's neck. I just watched. Yeah, I think some of this is a translation issue, because some of these actions should be like Sua strangled her own neck and her mother's. I couldn't just watch anymore. It felt like Mom was going to die. He lunged forward to pull them apart. My mind went blank. I couldn't think. Juho couldn't finish the sentence. But for a very brief moment, the thought crossed my mind, could this be how it all ends? Is the demon going to put an end to this hell? But that was just a fleeting thought. I grabbed the demon from behind. The demon's strength was immense. Juho's voice trembled. Because I had to save Mom. The detective asked, so what did you do? Pushed it towards the bathroom. I closed the bathroom door. The evil spirit screamed from inside. Good grief, what the fuck? Okay, morning 6:20. The heavy front door slammed shut with a dull thud. It was just after Father had left for work. That sound was the signal. Wound's eyes were already seized by madness. She whispered, the evil spirit has come. The evil spirit's first target was Bori. The poodle began barking wildly. Yun Hua-gyong became convinced that the evil spirit had possessed the red-eyed poodle. Okay, the red eyes, and the psychotherapist has the red eyes now. I'm a little concerned. Anyway, beneath the grip of the knife, the purification ritual began. Juho later testified that to prevent the evil spirit from escaping through the corpse, they had to separate head and body. The transference of the evil spirit. The madness did not stop. "6:30. Only 10 minutes later, Sua began behaving strangely. She suddenly started strangling, her own neck. So they really need to work on some of the translations because half of that made no sense. Yun Hua-gyong screamed in shock. The evil spirit has... There should be transferred somewhere along... moved. Probably just as well as Sua. She was instantly consumed by overwhelming... fear? I began to lose control. As the terrified Yun Hua-gyong lunged at the evil spirit, it fought back, strangling her neck in return. Juho stood frozen, watching the brutal clash unfold. For a fleeting moment, the thought crossed his mind, could all of this hell end here? But in the end, the instinct to purify the evil spirit drove him forward. Juho grappled with the evil spirit and, to protect Yun Hua-gyong, desperately forced it towards bathroom. Keyword mismatch one item, so... madness, maybe? No, so I was right about the fear. So what am I... There should be miscellaneous, but... Okay. Hang on, what am I missing? So the word transferred should be there, but I can't scroll to it. Because I did the clicky, and it should be there. I wonder. Because there should be transferred, to mismatched items. So I should have transferred, but I don't have transferred because I can't scroll to, I can't scroll down to, because I can't scroll down to miscellaneous. No, bathroom is just to restroom. Some of this translation is absolute bullshit. Could you describe more specifically what you mean by evil spirit? An evil spirit isn't like a monster from TV or movies. If it were visible like that, it would have been easier. Then what kind of existence was an evil spirit to you? An evil spirit is something that erodes the soul, very slowly, very subtly. It starts with small doubts. Did I do something wrong? Is something wrong with me? It plants those thoughts. No parents do! So it feeds on guilt and confusion. Yes, evil spirits use family bonds. This is fucked up. They make my mother doubt my father and me, make me hate my sister, until everything becomes tangled. Can we please just learn to communicate with something other than knives? What the evil spirit wants is for us to destroy each other. Your mother said she chose a method called purification to escape that state, correct? The path of purification is painful. You stop eating, you're not allowed to sleep, and you must pray constantly. Oh, dear fucking gods. I thought my religious trauma was bad. This is exactly why I have religious trauma, by the way. A little less the fasting and the not being allowed to sleep, but the hellfire and brimstone preaching, dear fucking gods. Anyway, she believed that only by tormenting the body could the evil spirit fail to take root. My mother said that suffering itself was salvation. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to tell the story of why I have religious trauma now. Because it very much is about this whole sort of theme. See, when I was growing up and I was still living in Montreal, and I actually spoke to my dad, which I stopped doing when I grew up, and the first time I heard him use the N-word for black people, among other things. But I don't want that kind of racist ass in my life. Thank you very much. Anyway, point is that when he met his lost wife, lost of 4, by the way, it's complicated, but he wanted to spend as much time with her as possible, so he sent me and my stepbrother, his lady's kid from her first marriage, basically out anywhere he could think of over the weekends. And one of those places was Sunday school at, I think you guys call it, well, it's some breed of Protestant anyway. We called it Anglican. I think Episcopalian's a term. Church of England from over here. Not that Dad, I think, believed in any of that stuff. He just wanted outside of the house on Sunday mornings. But he also sent me to the day camp and then later the sleepaway camp affiliated with this Sunday school. Now, I don't remember all that much about the Sunday school or the day camp, but the sleepaway camp he sent us to for a week, well, like I said, the preaching, hellfire and brimstone, the prayers 4 times a day, and we had this guy who took over for our counselor when she was having her day off, and he literally spent the entire day telling us all the torments we would all face in hell, and we were all definitely going to hell. 2 of the girls there, he said, were going to hell because they didn't speak English. Keep in mind, this is Quebec. They were francophone. And let's face it, Jesus did not speak English either. Anyway, point is that the thing that really, really tore it for me was there was this kid, little hyperactive. I can't really blame him. This was fucked up for a younger kid. And he was acting out. They took him away, and we didn't see him for the rest of the day. And then that night, I woke up to some noise outside, and I looked out the window, and the counselors were wearing, like, sheets, basically, and had this poor kid tied to a chair, and were performing some kind of exorcism. This kid was fucking terrified. Thankfully, I don't remember too much about what they actually did to him. I'm probably blocking it out, and it's just as well, but I will remember that poor kid tied to a chair with these people in sheets waving crosses at him for the rest of my life. So, next day, I sneak into the business office and I call my dad because he's the one who sent me to this horrific place. I want him to take me home now. He clearly thought I was exaggerating or outright lying and said it's only a few more days, just stick it out. So I'm sitting there going, I guess this must not be such a big deal, which was great for my self esteem, by the way. And so I stick it out by basically avoiding everyone, except for my stepbrother, who I did tell, just please, please don't get into any trouble. Don't ask me to explain, just don't. So I came back, and I still had another week with my dad, because with my dad it was every second weekend and 2 weeks every summer. So my mom calls, because this is the first time I've been to a sleepaway camp, and she goes, so how was your sleepaway camp? And I went, oh, it was okay, I guess, except for the exorcism. Silence for a second, and then, the what? So I explained to her what happened. You know that, first there was the silence again, and there, you know that tone? The tone you only get from others who are well beyond pissed off? Put your father on the phone. Dad! 2 rooms away, I could hear her yelling through the phone. But yeah, ever since then, I've had some really, really big issues with anything too proselytizing, you know? Anyway, so yeah, this is great. This, to be fair, this is not as bad as an ex of mine was watching Carnival, invited me to join him, and was like, you'll like this. And the first thing was massive proselytizing, this kind of hellfire and brimstone preaching. And I'm like, I'm leaving now! Yes, but she wasn't going to aim that at me because she could tell I was scared enough. Anyway, so yeah, this bullshit, yeah, this bullshit is just no. Anyway, from a general perspective, however, that was an act of self-isolation and physical abuse. Thank you. Did you believe enduring it was the only way? Without belief, you can't endure that pain. The moment you doubt, you leave an opening for the evil spirit. Oh, dear gods. My mother always said the more painful it is, the more it proves we're on the right path. That belief alone was the only power that could free us from confusion and guilt. Oh dear. And that belief ultimately became the driving force behind your actions. I carried out purification before the evil spirit could completely destroy our family. And there's more of this. Oh boy! I don't think all Sunday school types run on cult behavior. It was just, put it to you this way, the guy who ran the Sunday school and the camps and stuff literally just went by squirrel. That was all the name I had for this man. It was Squirrel. Okay, so in the name of purification, instead we got purification was purified. And, oh, good lord. Let's find the keywords. Okay, so the timeless room would be that one somewhere. Oh, well that's good. Okay. Purification. Nope. Okay, I've got that. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, so that's... Oh, shit. Nope. That goes there. Or should do. Yep. Ha. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be the front door command here, so there. Okay, so there we go. Move that to there, that to there. Nope, that should probably be there. Oh, okay. We got that. Okay. Knife hammer, there were records of ruthless violence. Okay. Okay. No, because that... Apparently not. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, I think I see. Nope. Can you actually move? Let's see. think I know where this needs to go. Okay, so where did the detective thing go? Okay. Nope. Okay, that doesn't go there, clearly. No, still no. Okay, fine. So it didn't move, Mom didn't stop, Spirit hasn't left yet. Oh, okay. The Spirit hasn't left yet. The neck, I will have to cut the neck out. Knife, bring it here quickly. Apparently not. Nope. Okay. Mm-hmm. Name of purification, the timeless room. What? Okay, we must get rid of the evil spirit. Hmm. Ah. So 5. Nope. Okay. Hmm. Nope. Okay. Okay. This would have been something to knife, bring it, knife, hammer. These are records of ruthless violence. No. So here. Okay. So that would be. Okay. Nope. Now what? Nope. Okay. So move there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Knife, bring it quickly. Come in, you need to help me. No, apparently not. Ah, because I didn't even with my mom. Purify, purify. No. Nope. Can you get up there? Thanks. No, apparently not. So. Nope. Nope. No, those clearly go together, but... No. Nope. And that's still just leaning. Okay. Ugh. So that should be like 8 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The front door open and closed. Father, I killed the demon. Sneering, no expression at all. Neck has to be purified, so I need 4 and a 5 over there. No, because in that case she already has the knife. So there needs to be a 5. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. Ah. Rushed into the kitchen. So we need a 5 there. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Maybe that one. Ah, there we go. So 3, so I need a 4. Nope, not that one. No, those all click together, fine. Those clearly go together. Nope. Oh. Mm-hmm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But those are lines and they don't connect. Nope, clearly not. And those don't link up because I still need a 5. Nope. 3, and that needs 4. Ah, there we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. No, probably not. Ah, so it's one of those over there. Ah. Okay. So where do those go? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's probably over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The demon was dead. He collapsed to the floor. I can't actually put those in there because now they're... Aha, there we go. up we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that connects. That connects. So it's probably here somewhere. 3, 4, 5. And those don't fasten up together. So are we missing something? What are we missing now? Nope. Nope. Okay. Ah, then there's these. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Okay. Okay, let's see if that goes there. No, apparently not. But they link. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think I got it. Okay. Later. We must get rid of the evil spirit. Mom's voice tore through the house. The wailing of the evil spirit could be heard beyond the bathroom door. Yun Hua Gyung looked back at her son. Juho, her eyes were bloodshot. Knife, bring it, quickly. It was an order. Juho paused. For a moment, a very brief moment, he hesitated, but when he saw his mother's eyes, his body moved on its own. Rushed into the kitchen, rummaged through the drawers. There was a purified knife, and there was also a hammer. Juho grabbed both. Here. Juho handed over the weapon. His mother's hand was cold. No, Juho's hand was cold too. Both were trembling. Mom's expression was strange, but I didn't want to know what it meant. The bathroom door creaked open. Mom went in first. Juho stood outside, gripping a hammer. Juho, he heard his mother's voice. Come in, you need to help me. Juho's legs trembled, but he went inside. I exorcised the demon with my mom. Juho's voice was almost a whisper. Purification. We must purify. The detective looked over the report and asked, what happened next? Juho did not answer. The detective put down the pen. The report already contained enough. Knife, hammer, those were records of, I'm sure that should be weapons of ruthless violence. The bathroom tiles were red, or were they? Juho blinked. The tiles seemed to move like waves. Suo was lying on them. She looked like she was sleeping. She was sleeping. Juho tried to cross the threshold. His feet felt heavy. The air was thick. It was like walking under water. His ears were ringing. All he could hear was the sound of his heart. Thump, thump, thump. Suo opened her eyes. She saw Juho. Her lips moved. No sound was heard, but Juho knew. Brother. That's what Suo called him. He was sure he heard it, or at least he thought he did. Time was strange. It moved slowly. No, it moved quickly, or maybe it was standing still. Blood pooled at the corner of Suo's mouth. It looked like a smile. Suo was smiling. Sneering. No, there was no expression at all. Juho held Suo's hand. It was cold. No, it was hot. No, he couldn't feel anything at all. He couldn't tell if the hand was his or Suo's. Suo, wake up! Juho shook her. Suo's body felt light, like a doll. Suo looked at him. Juho was certain. There was something in her eyes. Hatred? Pity? Contempt? He couldn't tell. No, there was nothing. They were empty. It was like looking into a mirror, like seeing his own face. Sua? Juho's voice echoed from afar. It sounded like someone else's voice. Sua didn't respond. She didn't even blink anymore. She didn't move. Juho remained seated as he was. He didn't know how long it had been. Sua didn't move. Mom didn't stop. Not yet. It hasn't left yet. The evil spirit hasn't left yet. The neck. I have to cut the neck. Only then will it be purified. Mom muttered, and the knife moved again. Juho was leaning against the wall, watching the scene. He couldn't move. He couldn't make a sound. He was just watching. I didn't know how much time had passed. When Mom stopped, the bathroom floor was red. Juho was bewildered. His mother's clothes, hands, and face were all red. What had he done? What had he helped with? The demon was dead. Juho collapsed to the floor. Mom came out of the bathroom. She was changing clothes, into clean ones, as if she were getting ready to go out. I will leave cleanly, Mother kept muttering. Cleanly, without leaving a trace. Juho didn't understand what those words meant. The front door opened and closed. Juho was left alone between the blood-soaked bathroom and the living room. Juho took out his phone. His fingers trembled, but the number was correct. Father. Juho's voice was calmer than expected. I killed the demon. A moment of silence passed over the receiver. Juho slowly closed his eyes. There was no sound coming from the bathroom. Outcome. The mother's cries that the evil spirit had to be eliminated were the last remnants of sanity left to this family. From beyond the bathroom door, the screams of... Okay, whom could be ordered? Oh, no, wait. So that could be heard. Yoon Hwa-gyung ordered Juho to bring the knife. Juho grabbed the knife and hammer from the kitchen. Juho hesitated, but his mother's command set him in motion. The bathroom door opened, and despite his legs trembling, Juho stepped inside. Yoon Hwa-gyung repeatedly told him, "You have to help Mom." Following command, that's the best I can do. Juho took part in the act of purification, I guess. The written record lists a knife, a hammer, and multiple wounds. A final moment of delusion. Sua lay on the bathroom tiles as if she were asleep. In the unreal atmosphere, Juho approached her. When Sua opened her eyes, Juho felt certain that the shape of her mouth clearly formed his name. The blood pooling at the corner of her lips looked like a smile to him. Juho held Sua's hand, but felt nothing. Her hollow eyes held no hatred, pity, or contempt. No emotion at all, reflecting only his own face, as if he were looking into a mirror. Though the evil spirit had been destroyed, Sua did not wake. Juho was confused. Beheading and Yoon Hwa-gyung's departure. Even though Sua did not move at all, Yoon Hwa-gyung did not stop. Not yet. It's not out yet. The evil spirit hasn't left yet. Possessed by, I'm calling it madness. She muttered, "It's the neck. We have to cut the neck. Only then will the purification be complete." Move the knife again. The act of beheading was carried out, leaning against the wall. Neither move nor make a... what I'm getting is... Fuck. This is gonna be frustrating as all hell. No, I want to be lower down on the... Oh, I think I can bounce from there, possibly. No, apparently not. Shit. Oh, here we go. I can drag this. Great. Nor make a sound and could only watch it all unfold. Keyword. Oh. No, can we? Ah. This whole thing is frustrating. Missing 3 goddamn code words, too. Ah, for fuck. Two items. Now it's 3 items, so I was... Fuck's sake. Okay, so that leaves us at 2. One item, okay. Okay, so which is the one? See. So it's that one that's missing, so... Assault? No. Oh, because that should actually still be purification. Gaze with an active assault. Okay, now how do we get back up? Okay, where do we go from here? This is the end of the demo. Thank God! I mean, I was fascinated by the story, I'll tell you that much. But at the same time, the mechanics were the biggest fucking pain in the ass, as you probably noticed. And yeah, no, I mean, I'm curious to know what happens next, what the fuck is going on with this family. Could have done with a couple of trigger warnings, but at the very least, it didn't start off as recognizably, like, cult bullshit, so I'm mostly okay. But at the same time, there's a certain bit of atavistic yeah from where that wound up going. But I still want to know where it ended up. So I guess that's something. But it'd be great if they could fix that. I mean, the translations were poor, which, I mean, okay, English is probably not their first language, all things considered. But some words were a total mismatch, which is not something you can afford to do with a game that's all about matching words and putting together a story. I mean, it would have helped if they'd been consistent about who was strangling who or what the hell was going on, because the story was confusing enough without them mixing up which characters were throttling whom. But, I mean, it is just a demo. Hopefully they'll clean things up a little bit more before, like, 10th March. So they've got, like, 2 months. I mean, I usually suggest giving the demo a shot, because, you know, I had been worried because they had a reputation for being a little bit buggy. This wasn't even the bugs. This was working as intended, and it was still frustrating. So, I mean, give it a try, see if it's for you, if you'd like to, but I would honestly not recommend it until they fix some of the... Well, I mean, if they fix some of the pretty significant issues with the entire linguistic structure and parts of the putting things together, because again, I usually am more or less okay with certain grammatical issues, but when they're making a mistake about who's throttling themselves or someone else or both, I honestly don't know. But there's a difference between getting the tenses wrong and getting the character wrong. And just, I'll have to have a think about exactly how I'm going to put that on the written review. Um, you know, for those who do want a written and digression-free review, it'll be up on my Ko-fi page as soon as I figure out what exactly I want to say about that. Obviously, never a paywall. I do it for the love of the games, and while donations to the Caffeinated Bean Water Fund is always awesome, I'd honestly be happy if you just sent other viewers my way if you like what I do. The VOD will be up on YouTube against the time when Twitch chucks things, for space reasons, which I get. Um, Most of my stuff is now available there, so if you missed parts of this one or just want to check up on what I've already done, etc. Either way, if you want to watch me grump, flail, and otherwise react potentially amusingly to demos when it's not my usual time for doing it, you know where to go. Anyway, given that my human-coded day job is being like that again, I'm gonna plan for something easy and calming for Friday. So I'm going to pick up Memento, a story-rich life sim puzzle game that's apparently a little bit like unpacking, but instead of telling the story of a life based on items unpacked, we're making that story by unpacking. I think I know what that means, but I'm looking forward to a little more detail on it, and I hope to see you there. Until then, or until next, have a good one.